Mr. Chair, this representation as your chairman of the Committee on National Defense and Security, Peace, Unification, and Reconciliation recently sponsored Senate Bill number 2871, or the proposed Chemical Weapons Prohibition Act. It has been almost 3 decades since this Senate concurred in the ratification of the Chemical Weapons Prohibition Act, but we have not approved the national legislation needed to fully implement the provisions of this important international treaty designed to eliminate chemical weapons. My question is, alam po natin that we have been slowly and continuously building our credible defense posture for the armed forces of the Philippines through the AFP modernization program. And we also learned that the Horizon 3 of this program will focus on improving the military's archipelagic defense capabilities. May we know whether our AFP has looked into chemical, biological, ideological, and nuclear, or yung tinatawag natin CBRN threats? Are there preparations being made to address these concerns?
We are incorporating CVRNE already in our development efforts, and we are also collaborating with the United States. Horizon 3, we have CBRN MEE acquisition project.
Are there any units from the armed forces of the Philippines which are created to respond these CBRN threats?
We have the Army Severn Battalion, Mr. President.
Do they have a plan just in case a toxic chemical emergency occurs? Meron na ho kayong plano?
They have a plan, Mr. President.
Aside
And to add, Mr. President, also the PNP has a CBRNE unit, and also the Bureau of Fire Protection. They also have a CBRNE unit that can respond to any.
So they can respond po sa kasaling merong ganong klaseng insidente. Can the AFP recall of any history or experience of dealing with toxic chemicals being used in combat or in any form of terrorist attack in our country?
So far, there's none yet, Mr. President.
Kasi sa ibang bansa, Japan, Korea, hindi umabot dito, no? I hope hindi umabot dito.
As far as I can recall, Mr. President, merong ginamit si Saddam Hussein noon doon sa isang province niya, isang region na hindi niya makontrol. Pinaulanan niya ng chemical weapons.
Ilan po yung namatay doon?
Wala akong number, Mr. President, pero malaki yun. Kasi halos isang region yung tinamaan ng mga tao. Ang daming patay noon. Sarin gas attack also in Japan happened doon sa subway.
Was that the latest incident?
In the world, yung sarin ata ang na-monitor natin.
Japan?
Pinaka-latest.
Paano nangyari? Can you give me details of how it happened para at least maiwasan natin sa Pilipinas kung magkakaroon man?
Lone wolf attack, Mr. President. Single terrorist nag-release ng sarin gas doon sa subway.
Base sa inyong intelligence arm dyan sa AFP, wala naman ganyang klaseng pangyayari dito sa ating bansa.
So far, there's no monitored chemical attack threat.
Without giving specifics, Mr. Chair, may we know the current level of preparation and capability of the armed forces with respect to these CBRN threats?
It needs a lot of work and improvement right now, Mr. President. Talagang meron man tayong unit na dedicated para dyan, pero hindi pa talaga tayo makasabi na in case of terrorist attack using chemical weapons, masabi natin na safe kaagad tayo dahil merong enough response na maibigay natin.
Do you think the Philippines well prepared for any eventuality?
It needs a lot of work and on an interagency level, Mr.
So
President.
halimbawa, bukas, pag merong isang siraulo, isang terorista na magsabog ng sarin gas, hindi tayo preparado.
I'm sure the Bureau of Fire can respond, DOH can respond, the PNP can respond, and also our allied, pero malayo.
Allies pero marami nang mamamatay na Pilipino. Siguro itong terorista, yun ang unang mamamatay, pero marami pa rin mamamatay na Pilipino.
Sure, sigurado,
Diba?
Mr. President.
So we are not prepared yet.
Hindi talaga tayo prepared.
How can Congress, through budgetary interventions, assist the AFP in furthering enhancing these capabilities?
Punduhan talaga yung nakaprogram dyan na unfunded.
Kasi kung hindi natin pupondohan ito, bali wala itong batas na pinanukala po natin.
Yeah, I agree, Mr. President.
If this will not be funded, this bill, which I have already sponsored, mababaliwala ito.
Well, at least legislation-wise, meron tayong may pakita sa mundo na we are with the international community in banning chemical weapons. But what's important is yung detection capability natin is mataas.
On another topic, the espionage law. Our espionage law has been enacted in the 1930s and 1940s, and our committee has been discussing amendments and to update this antiquated law. Gaano po kahalaga itong batas nito for the DND and the AFP?
Sobrang mahalaga, Mr. President.
Kasi lumabas lang itong espionage law dahil sa kaso nila Alice Go. Kung hindi pa lumabas itong si Alice Go, these Chinese nationals taking advantage of our country, hindi natin mapapansin itong espionage law na antiquated na. May we take this opportunity to ask the defense establishment to submit their inputs as soon as possible para maayos na natin itong espionage law kung talaga napaka-importante po para sa ating bansa.
Yes, Mr. President.
The problem is our committee is already in receipt of a lot of position papers from different agencies, pero yung AFP at yung DND wala pa akong sinasubmit na position papers sa aming committee.
We will submit, Mr. President. At least yung hindi, 1 liter pa lang napadala mo, Mr. President. Sa akin kahapon, yung PNP, 3 liters na talaga. Magsasubmit yung PNP sa requirement ko.
Would you agree that had we amended the espionage law, we could have easily prosecuted Alice Go?
I agree, Mr. President. It was an eye-opener.
Have you verified the claim of the detained Chinese national that Alice Go is a spy for China?
Definitely, Mr. President, he is a member of the United Front Work. So, hindi,
Let's go.
yung handler niya,
The handler, yes,
Chinese,
yes.
most likely a member of the United Front Group. Because participation in a cybercrime syndicate is part of the UFW work. Kasama na dyan yung fake documents.
On another topic, regard to the V. Luna Hospital, does the AFP Medical Center or the V. Luna Hospital only provide medical care to AFP personnel or to civilians as well?
Principally to AFP personnel only,
So yung mga civilians, pwedeng magpagamot doon pero may bayad.
may bayad.
Paano yung dependence ng mga sundalo?
Kasama, Mr. President, free.
Libre.
Yeah.
How does the V. Luna operate? Primary, secondary, tertiary?
Tertiary, Mr.
How
President.
many beds?
1,200 beds.
1,200. More than tertiary pala yan. Anyway, comparing it with other tertiary government hospitals, like for example, Lung Center, Heart Center, which are operating under a tertiary government hospital, how does the facilities of the hospital compare to other hospitals which I mentioned?
It's quite almost at par with the
At par?
other tertiary. Not equal, not equal. Below a little bit. But for orthopedics, we can compete with the leading hospitals.
Kompleto ba yung mga facilities ng V. Luna, Mr. Chair? Kung meron bang mga miyembro ng kasanduluhan natin na nangangailangan ng tulong medikal, top of the mind ba itong hospital na ito, V. Luna kaagad?
Pag mayroong casualty, mayroon tayong mga sundalong casualty, we can stabilize them initially, then we refer them to
Other hospitals?
other hospitals.
Private?
Government specialized hospitals or private.
When you transfer them to a private hospital, who shoulders the expenses? The government?
Yes, Mr. President,
In a private hospital, the government will
processes,
shoulder the expenses?
funds for that.
Klaseng tulong medical yon. Kunwari, inatake sa puso, wag naman. Inatake sa puso.
I-refund daw, Mr. President. Initially, yung pasyente na sundalo or with the help of his commanding officer or what, kung makakuha ng pera, sila magbayad. Then, i-refund nila sa Viluna.
So may we know the income generated in the hospital for fiscal year 2023 and its projected revenue for this year and for the next year?
Around 100 million a year is the income generation from Viluna, Mr. President.
Kumikita ang 100 million a year ang Viluna?
Yes, Mr. President. From the private patients.
So mas
Outsiders.
marami ba yung private patients na pumapasok kaysa sa mga
PhilHealth
kasundalo?
now, PhilHealth, Mr. President.
Sa PhilHealth nang
PhilHealth.
gagaling.
Yeah.
Na galing sa private. Ano mas marami? Yung ratio na pasyente pumapasok sa Viluna, 10%
10%
ang sundalo.
ang civilian.
Baliktad. 10% ang private,
Private.
90% ang kasunduluhan natin.
Oo.
Alright. For its income, Mr. President, what percentage can Viluna Hospital retain for its operation?
Yeah, 75%.
Marami pa bang improvements sa kailangan gawin sa Viluna Hospital?
Yes, Mr. President, marami pa.
Kasi, you know why I keep on asking about Viluna Hospital? Because as far as my memory serves me right, it was during the time of my father when he was president. Marami yata siyang naitulong dun sa Viluna Hospital. In fact, one of the diagnostic building was named after my grandfather. So that's why I'm very interested in the budget of AFP. And if the need arises, I can also propose some amendments to add more budget for the Viluna Hospital.
Thank you.
Before I terminate my interpellation, kumustahin ko lang po yung pagbabalangkas ng IRR dun sa recently enacted SRDP law.
It's in the process, Mr. President. And
When is the deadline?
January 30.
Anyway, Mr. President, I don't have any more questions. I may just put on record my full support to the budget of the Department of National Defense and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and I hope a good sponsor would consider augmentizing the budgets of Viluna Hospital and for the CBRN. Thank you, Mr. President.